Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with day 14 of Follow Sketch February, a hop started by Sandy with Scrapping Reflections. And I'm going to match that up with Stash Dive Tuesday and try and get some of the things that have been lingering on my desk or around my desk used. So our sketch today is by Laura Whitaker and it's perfect for Valentine's Day. And I have two pictures instead of one, and they may not look like the right fit for a Valentine's Day layout, but I'll explain a little more in just a minute. I'm using the Cool Kids paper pad by Die Cuts with a View, and I've already gone ahead with my Cricut and cut out two circles that are gutted or rings, and then I have those two hearts that I cut out. Those are all from this paper pad scraps, and then I have those four circles, but I'm not going to use those. So then I have this Bramble Fox perspective, and then I have a little stash of smaller ones, and then I have these stickers that I've had in my stash for a long time, and these gemstones that I keep forgetting that I have. So I want to get some of these things used up and put on here, and then I'm going to ink up some of my edges with the Hickory Smoke because I am using these two papers right here, this white with a pink heart, and then this gray with a gold love written all over it. And so I want to bring in that Hickory Smoke. I felt like that would fit best. So I have my papers, my pre-cut things, my embellishments in ink, my pictures, and of course the sketch. So let's see how this goes. First of all, I'm going to apologize for my dog. I've already done one voiceover and I had to delete it because of him. So hopefully, unless he gets absolutely nuts, we are going to just go with it and hope that he is just saying hello and not hooping and hollering the whole time. So first things first, I cut my background paper to a 12 by 12. And since it's from a paper pad, it had a little strip at the top. And then I gut the inside because I want to use that to mat my pictures, and I also just love this paper, so I didn't want to waste it. And then at first I cut this down to 11.5 by 11.5, but when I put it down I felt like it didn't have enough of a border, and not based on the sketch but based on what I wanted with the word love back there. I felt like if you couldn't tell that it said that, it was kind of pointless. So I cut it at 11.25 by 11.25. So now you can see the word love all the way across the bottom, and I really like that. So then I used it to mat a 6.5 by 4.5, and then a 6.25 by 4.25 with that peachy scrap. And then I cut down the picture, the smaller picture, because I want to put it down here in the corner. Now, there's no second picture in the sketch, but I decided that I wanted to use these pictures today, and that I was going to make the sketch work for what I needed. So, like I said, they are kind of odd for a Valentine's Day picture or layout, but I almost could have created this with my Courageously Crafting Scrapbooking Through the Hard Stuff, because this picture is my husband, or soon to be ex-husband, I guess. I can't. After 17 years, it's kind of hard to change that. And my son, and they are standing at the time, my husband's new car, and showing it off to his grandfather. And his grandfather passed away in 2017 on Valentine's Day. So I felt like this was a good day to honor him, and he was a huge part of James's life, and so I wanted to use these pictures on this day for that. So I love these pictures. They're not necessarily the greatest since they're kind of at a distance. He was not the one to sit and pose for a picture. So, I felt like these pictures with them together were special, and so that's why I decided to use them. So I am just arranging everything and trying to get an idea where I want to put it. And then I'm going to stick everything down off camera because, well, I don't think you all have any desire to see me glue and tack, because I know you all know how to do that. But it's pretty much going to stay exactly like this, except the circles that I used my Creative Memory circle punch for, I cut in half and used, because It's a scallop at the bottom, and I decided just to use these circles because I had them, and they're from the scrap paper from the Cool Kids collection. And so I thought that would work out best since I know it's going to match up with that paper that I've matted my picture, the bigger picture with. So I cut 2 fishtail banners out of these 2 little scraps, and I debated bringing in the green, but there is green in that circle up at the top, so I thought that would work out. So now I have attached everything down, and where I put that picture down, it was kind of covering the end of that little hump down at the bottom, the scallop. So I decided to add one more, which is probably a little bit further over than they have on the sketch, but it evens things out a little bit. It looks like it's about even from one side to the other. And it's coming out from that second picture. So I matted the second picture on that pink, looks like sprinkles to me. It's the paper that I've cut my hearts out of from on my Cricut, this one and the one that's going to go right above it. I didn't have enough to mat it because I had cut the hearts out of it, but I just Frankenstein the mat, and you can't see it. I can't see it, and I know I did it. So I love to do that because then if I don't have a full sheet to mat something with, I can just Frankenstein it and I get that same effect. So I love that. And I did ink the outside and the inside of those circles with the hickory smoke. And now I am just taking these, I think they're Stickopotamus stickers, and I have 2 or 3 sheets of these because, hearts are something you could put on every layout if you don't put them away and forget that you have them. So I just add like 3 or 4 of them in different places. They're not bold and bright and in your face. They kind of just blend in a little bit. And I'm okay with that because I don't want them to take away from the actual sketch design and what is going on this layout. So it pretty much ends up being like a diagonal from the bottom left to the top right, the way that this turns out. And it pretty much is that way on the sketch. I just added a few extra this and that's to make it go up a little bit higher and closer to the corner. So I have this family is everything perspective, and it's in white, and in the sketch it's over on the corner, but since my second picture is there, I put it down here, which worked out perfectly. I don't mind that it's covering, a little bit of the picture. It's like Poppy's legs and Jameson's hand or something. I don't think that that's at all a problem. The gist of the picture is definitely still there, and I'm just really excited the way that this turned out. So I'm using my light pink perspectives. Originally I was going to use the pink and the red, but decided that after I was done with everything else, I think the red would have looked off. So I just used the pink perspectives of hearts, and then I also use these pink gemstone hearts, and I put one here where the tag hole would be, and then I'm going to put the other ones in the place of where the little clusters are on this sketch. There's like 4 little dots at the top and 5 little dots in the bottom left, and so I use these hearts instead and put them in the same general location that they are on the sketch. And instead of a 4th one up at the top, I have that one on the tag. So I do love the way that these turned out. I love the perspectives. You've got to peel the little things off. So of course I cut that part out. That's what keeps them protected in shipping and while you have them stored. So, and they come off so easily. So that is nice. And I got those from Bramble Fox. I've been a part of the Bramble Fox Box for the last 5 or 6 months, I think. I love them, and they are lots of fun to work with. They're in a little drawer right next to me, and somehow I keep forgetting I have them, which is ridiculous. So I decided I wanted to add a little something in the bottom left and the top right only. And so I pull out Picked Raspberry in Distress Oxide by Tim Holtz. And I also pull out Distressed Mica Stain in Wicked Elixir because I felt like that shade of green was the best to bring out the green in that little tag at the bottom, or the little banner at the bottom, and the green that's in the little ring up at the top. And so I just splatter that in the bottom and the top, and I love the way this turned out. I'm super happy with it, and I hope that you all have taken some inspiration from the sketch or from this layout. I am on a journey to document the hard stuff and get those things on my layout. I am also on a journey this year to use my old stash and get things off of my desk and out of my stash that I've had for many, many years. And so I am hoping to do both those things, plus use scraps on every layout. And so I have accomplished all 3 of those goals today. So yay. I hope you all will go and check out Scrapping Reflections on Facebook. All the sketches are there. You can also do the hashtag that is in the description box to find people on Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Also, please check out the people who are hopping along with Stash Dive Tuesday. That is linked below. And I hope you all have a fantastic day and happy scrapping.